cared for my husband for nearly 22 years. Initially, it was just a question of being in a wheelchair, he could still wait there. However, over the years, he's deteriorated, he's got multiple sclerosis. And in the last few years, he's really poorly now. And it got to the point that all the time, really, I was absolutely physically exhausted. And if I was unwell, I used to ring the doctor, and like most practices today, it's, well, we can't get you in today, however. Well, because I couldn't leave my husband, most of the time I didn't go to that appointment because I was going to look after John in my absence. And so for a long time I sort of neglected myself, if you like. And then it got to the point where it just all sort of came in on me, and I was physically and mentally exhausted. I was crying a lot, and silly little things just seemed to get to me, basically. And all that time, John was still getting worse. But he didn't understand that almost. It's the old story, really. You think you're the only person that can look after your husband or partner best. And by the same token, they think, well, only you know this because you know me well. And so this is what we went through. And so the last 2 years in particular has been very, very difficult. Emotionally as well. And then my husband's character has changed, his personality. So again, that bond seemed to go away as well, and I became not a wife anymore, a cook, cleaner, nurse. You mention it, and so our relation took quite a toll on that. And I'd say all this time, my health was deteriorating, and basically it was almost as if we were different people from when we first got married. I mean, people laugh and say, oh, your soulmate, but he was my soulmate. And then suddenly, not because he wasn't interested, but I think it's part of the illness, and I think it's a lot with disabled people, they look to themselves first, obviously. I mean, my husband, he can only move his head. So if he wants something, he wants it now, basically. So therefore, I began to get fed up with the sound of my own. So yes, there was times, I thought it was just me, Well, it was. I mean, John was there, but the conversation, normal conversation, and we only ever talked about toilets and all the things connected with medication, and it completely weighs you out. You just long to talk about something silly like a new dress, or it's so mean now. But
and
you've got to be there.
And so any aches and pains that you may have suffered just
went on hold.
Yeah,
literally went on hold. And then I had a really bad patch of depression, which I'm still on antidepressants. And my GP said, well, look, something's going on.
Your husband is where now?
He's just gone into a nursing home now in Droitwich. He's been there 3.5 weeks, and believe it or not, he absolutely
When you go and see him now,
it's lovely.
You have a different relationship again.
I almost feel as if it's like we're starting again, because we're chatting about things again. And now when I walk in, his face lights up, where before it was almost, oh, not you again, So yeah, and they tell me he's eating better. I mean, I go in, obviously, eating better. And they've all said, isn't he a cheerful man? And I'm thinking, have we got the right man? Because all that went, So yes, from my point of view and from my husband's, it is the best thing that happened, but it took a lot of heartache to get there.